Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Coach Carvel Bailey's Lunch and Learn. Today I'm here for you all. So get your questions, and ask them. Drop them below in the chat. All right, and let's have this good Q&A. All right, be back with y'all in a minute. Peace.
So many teams their team morale is going down because they aren't running the floor, and I'm talking about on defense. So many teams are getting beat back on defense to where before they know it, they're down 8, 10, 12 points. Teams that make runs on you, generally those runs are made in transition or fast breaks. Teams don't generally make complete basketball runs in a half-court set. Teams really don't make runs strictly in a half-court set. Those runs build up momentum due to teams not getting back and running the court, running the floor on defense. So now they're able to get an easy shot. Now they're able to get a quick transition bucket. Now that confidence and that momentum is building up. Now they're able to, bang down a three. Now, they get it going, the crowd get rolling, the other coach like, timeout. And then when that other coach do that, now the momentum is that much greater. Does that make sense? So if teams really just run the floor on defense, they'll solve half their problems. If you can get back on defense and stop a team's ability to get easy buckets, well, now that team has to think. You see how everything goes back to this? Now that team has to think. Now they have to call that play. They have to run that play. They have to try to figure it out, but they have to try to figure it out on the fly, as opposed to now they just playing off instinct and just off reaction because that momentum is building up and now they just totally charged up. So run the court, run the floor on defense.
And so every parent wants their kid to play AAU, or not AAU, but Division I basketball. But with Division I basketball, it's a high level of discipline, it's a high level of accountability, and it's a whole great level of self-respect. Because, again, if your name is under that tick on ESPN, not only you're embarrassing yourself, you're embarrassing your parents, you're embarrassing the coach, and now the coach gonna get fired. He may not get another job, can't take care of his family, but another coach is just worried about winning basketball games, might come get you, but you're going to go through that same thing again. So what I talk to parents and players about is developing here mentally, because the game is really more about your mental capacity than your physical, development. You can jump high, but can you read a screen that's coming? Can you run a play?
Man, no doubt. 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right, good afternoon again, Coach Carvel Bailey. So I'm here for you today. I'm here for you. Q&A session. Welcome to another episode of Lunch and Learn. Talk to me. What's going on? Right? Q&A. And so the question that I want to ask you all while I wait on some questions is, do you believe, right? And I want to date myself with this one, but when do you believe that LeBron James will break scoring record? When do you think he will break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record? And do you think that he's padding his points right now because he wants to do it at home? Nothing is more special than winning a championship at home. Nothing is more special than accomplishing something great in front of your fans. But there have been a lot of instances in which great things have been accomplished on the road. And people want to do them at home, but generally on the road is where athletes are able to focus a little bit better. So I'm about to share something with you, but I just want to know, when do you think LeBron will break the record? Do you think he'll break it on the road? Do you think that he'll break it at home? Right? You think he'll break it on the road? Do you think he'll break it at home? But most athletes, and you can ask your athlete this question, most athletes prefer playing on the road as opposed to playing at home? This is a question that I want you to ask your athlete. Where do you like playing better? Do you like playing better like at home, or do you like playing on the road? And a lot of times on the road, it's just the athletes that came on that bus. Maybe cheerleaders, but it's the athletes and the coaching staff. So more athletes lock in when they're away from home because you got the distractions of home. So I personally think LeBron James is going to break the record on the road, even though he may want to break it at home. So that's the question I have for you all as you all are coming in. As again, we're doing a Friday Q&A, right? Friday Q&A. What is it that you have a question about? How can I help you? How can I help your athlete? But if you just here just for the social aspect of it, then let's talk a little bit. When do you think LeBron James is going to break the record? Do you believe he's going to break the record? Well, we know he definitely should break the record, right? Barring any injury, and hopefully, right? Pray to God that doesn't happen. But do you think he's going to break it on the road, or do you think he's going to break it at home? I'm going to just sit out. Oranges today, lunch, salad, Caesar salad. I had to go with good homegrown budding meats today. That's going to be my lunch. That's my lunch today. All right. Got me a good bag of cashews and pecans. Gonna have a good lunch once I get done with y'all. But I'm here for you right now. So if y'all don't have no questions, if you don't have no questions, then that's cool. But I'm doing my due diligence, right? I don't even really have nothing to talk about today. Other than athletes, I believe athletes perform better on the road. What do you think? Do you think athletes perform better at home? Do you think athletes perform better on the road? I think athletes perform better on the road. As a coach, traditionally, my athletes have performed better on the road because they can focus. They can zone in. They can focus and they can zone in. But I tell you what, I'm going to give it about another 2 minutes in real time, about another 2 minutes. I'm going to prepare my salad. For those people who want to ask a question, let's ask a question. Because I'm here for you. You know, they say closed mouths don't get fed. Oh, why I'm at it, right? Nothing else? Nothing else. If you haven't had an opportunity, to register for our Game Changers Academy. You haven't had a chance to register for our Game Changers Academy, you definitely want to go and register for that as well. All right. You definitely want to go register for that as well. And let me drop it on the link up here. We start next Wednesday. All right, get your athlete registered. 6-week development program. 6-week development program. And it don't matter if your athlete is in 5th grade. It doesn't matter if your athlete is a senior. I'm pretty sure your athlete can stand to be better developed mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, right? Developed. And everybody's development is based on them. So you'll have parents that say, well, how is it from 5th to 12th grade? Well, because we take time to work with every individual that we're working with. So even though it's a group setting, everybody gets their individual attention on what's needed. So if you're a parent and you say, well, my athlete is a junior, sophomore, I don't really want them in the gym with middle school, 5th, 6th, 7th graders, 8th graders. Well, that's part of the problem. You're focusing on everybody else instead of what your athlete needs, because this is not just So I don't really do tournaments, right? I did tournaments probably 30 years ago. I don't really do tournaments. I teach, I develop. A lot of people just play, but they aren't developing. So most athletes, a lot of parents, they want their student athlete to just be in programs where they're going to play basketball games, but the athlete hasn't improved. So if the athlete hasn't improved, then the goal should be to get them somewhere that they can improve and then put them somewhere that they can play. All right? But at this rate, I'm out. No questions. Can't say that I didn't. Hey, how many of your athletes, coaches will take their time to come on and have a forum to have you ask questions? Think about that. All right? Next time when I come on here, make sure you have some questions to ask. All right? Until Tuesday, when we get back to our regularly scheduled program, Lunch and Learn, Coach Carvel Bailey, and I will holler. Peace.
Who in the country got a player walking that hall that's better than everybody on that team?
Yeah.
And they never understand why they're not playing. And it probably started, say, for like a high school kid, if you ask them, oh, well, freshman year, I messed up on my grades or this or that.
Yep.
Well, now after you messed up on your grades, then you went to the street. So now that your whole attitude changed from wanting to be an athlete to now you want to be out here and you want to be a hot boy.
Yep.
And so now the coach then got a totally different perspective of you. So now sophomore year, you don't try out. Now junior year, when, you really popping, you want to play, coach ain't going to deal with you. Senior year, you like, man, it's my last year. But then go back to freshman year, all because of, or I've seen kids literally from elementary school. Like, oh, what happened? Well, I, wasn't eligible 5th grade. And then, 6th grade, I got in trouble right prior to tryouts. Well, all that goes hand in hand. So I don't necessarily want to work with a superstar. And I have players that, former players that's playing overseas, that's played on NBA rosters, I can create those players to get there. I don't necessarily need that person that think that they're a superstar, if that makes sense.
No, I don't like them be the ones that they think they know too much.
Right.
And
So
I tell them, if you know so much, then why am I here? Like,
why am I here? If you know all that, why am I here? So therefore, now when we're talking about that average player that's under the radar, that has the potential to be something, but those are the players. And the reason why I do what I do, because those are often the players, they only need a little tweak in the athletic side. The biggest thing is off the court. And with going back to that, recruitment diagram, that attitude, it all goes back. So I can, tweak your jump shot, or I can, tweak your Euro step or whatever you do to get to the basket, your ball handling. We can fix that a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason why you're not on the team. Exactly. Right. We already identified that you're probably better than everybody on the team. But what else is holding you back from the team? And my job as a coach is, can I put the proper strategies in place to help you understand and get it there before it's too late?
Yeah.